refute scholars. Please go sit down. Really go sit down and learn. That's the kind of thing we're saying when we're talking about madhabs. From our point. Now, go ahead.
It is obligatory to judge according to the strongest position in a school. W12.2. Zain ad-Din Malibari,
Yes, that's an Indian. They're from India. One of
Al-Iraqi,
the great scholars of the latter Shafi'i school.
Al-Iraqi and Ibn Salah have recorded scholarly consensus.
Okay, let me ask you something quick. Stop. He said Al-Iraqi and Ibn Salah, right? Who are Al-Iraqi and who is Ibn Salah? Question. I know everybody won't answer this, but I expect some of you to answer this. What is significant about Al-Iraqi and Ibn Salah? Why are they important to mention them? If I mention their names, what's the significance? Why is it so significant? This is funny. Al-Iraqi and Ibn Salah. I'm picking on some people, right? Because these are our great scholars in our time. Free slave, Adil, Isa. Come on, let's go. Y'all three. Isa, good. Number one, Al-Iraqi was the teacher, the sheikh of Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. And Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani was Amirul Mu'mineen fil Hadith. That means he reached among the highest level of Hadith scholarship. His sheikh was Al-Iraqi. So that's one. So when you say Al-Iraqi, you're talking about a great scholar in Hadith. And Iraqi was a Shafi'i. He was a master memorizer of Hadith. His student, Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, reached a level so high that he's more known than his teacher. That's another example. Remember he said Juwayni and Ghazali? You have Al-Iraqi and Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. The same type of, they were Hafiz in Hadith. That's known, easy. Okay, so that's Al-Iraqi. We got Al-Iraqi, right? What about Ibn Salah? Come on, Adil. Free slave. Let's go. Isa. What about Ibn Salah? Why is he significant? Who's he? What makes him so? Come on, let's roll. As they say, chop, chop. Let's go. When you finish, no one's going to tell you that you blind follow anything. All right, free slave, you get a pass because you've been doing good today. All right, Adil, come on. Isa, Ibn Salah. What is his significance? Very important individual in Islamic studies. Very important. He was skilled in Hanbali law. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Now I'm messing with you. No, that's not it. That's not his importance. He has a very significant role. And it's like, oh, Farouk. Oh, I told you get a pass today. Oh, I can't mess with you. All right. Ibn Salah. Farouk defended the Shafi'is yesterday, so he got a pass. I can't mess with him today. So this is his day off. Anyone else can jump in. Who is Ibn Salah? Y'all should be perceptive. Some things you should have already done. Okay, you're getting close, Adil. But come on, give me more. What's the question, Imam? What is the importance of Ibn Salah? Because here he's mentioning Al-Iraqi and Ibn Salah have recorded scholarly consensus. So that's Al-Ijma'. نقل العراقي وابن صلاح الإجماع على أنه لا يجوز الحكم بخلاف الراجح في المذهب. Right? They related ijma that is not permissible to judge by other than the strongest opinion in the school. So he mentioned two, and they related ijma. So why is Ibn Salah? Ibn Salah? Who's he? Why is he so significant to mention? So there's an indication. Come on. Okay, I'm going to answer myself, but some of you should have been perceptive. I gave you a book to read. When I mean I gave you, I told you the book to read, right? You got the Reliance of the Traveler, which is you already do. You should be in your mind already to do. What should you do when you start wanting to know about a name? What should you do automatically? Go to the biography section. Which section is that? Let's go. Section 8X. Go to Ibn Salah. All right, we'll come back to that, right? Yes. Go to page 1059, all right? Because I'm trying to help us, right? The biographical notes. Go to page 1059, X 177. Let's read it.
X 177. Ibn Salah, B7.6. Is Uthman ibn Abdul-Rahman Salah ad-Din ibn Uthman ibn Musa Abu Amr Taqiyuddin al-Shahrazuri, born in Sharhan of Kurdish descent in 577, 1181. One of the greatest Shafi'i imams in knowledge and God-fearingness. He was a hadith master, Hafiz, who studied in...
He was a Hafiz. That's number one, which was mentioned. Go ahead.
Moscow, Baghdad, Nishapur, Merv, and Damascus under Hanbali Imam Muwafaq ad-Din ibn Qudama al-Maqdisi. He taught for a period in the Salahiyya school in Jerusalem, after which he returned to Damascus, where he was appointed as the head of the Dar al-Hadith.
Dar al-Hadith al-Ashrafiyya was the most famous school for Hadith scholars. Ibn Salah was the sheikh of Dar al-Hadith. That is the same place where Imam al-Nawawi came after him, and Imam al-Nawawi became the sheikh of Dar al-Hadith. So he was the sheikh of Dar al-Hadith in Damascus, which is the place that was held by the greatest Hadith scholars of the time. So he's very important. Go ahead.
He authored a number of works in Shafi'i jurisprudence, Quranic exegesis, hadith, the methodology of formal legal opinion, and biography, and died in Damascus in 643, 1245.
So you got 643, his death. What is significant, the most important book in the science of hadith is called Muqaddimah Ibn Salah. Right? This book is the source book in the science of hadith. All of the books that are written basically after his time are based on his book. So all the books that people study in the science of hadith, they all based on the Muqaddimah of Ibn Salah. So whenever I'm studying hadith, like you ain't in the field of hadith if you didn't study his book. Or books that were based, which is all of the books are based on his book. Everything that came after them, all the scholars of hadith in the field of the science of hadith are students or rely upon the work of Ibn Salah. Right? So, and Ibn Salah was a Shafi'i and an Ash'ari and a Sufi. And the leader of the scholars of hadith in his time, and among those whose book is the reference in the field. If you want to study hadith, the science of hadith, knowing about Sahih and Hasan and Da'if and the different types of hadith that the scholar of Ijtihad must know, his book is the foundational textbook for that field. So all of these great scholars with all this knowledge, they didn't know what they were talking about, and we do. Okay. I'm just highlighting a point over and over and over and over till you realize what we're talking about, right? So Ibn Salah, now, here they go. If we go back to that point, go back to 870, we got that. So put Ibn Salah, y'all need to start building up your knowledge of scholars, your knowledge of time, your knowledge of areas and places. Remember I told you, when you want to know Ahl Sunnah, you got to know time and place, right? Every time in every era and all around the world, you're going to see that the methodology of Ahl Sunnah, the scholars of Ahl Sunnah, were the dominant figures in Islamic history, right? These are the people whom we received our religion, right? So now, read that statement now with Al-Iraqi, knowing who Al-Iraqi is. Reading Ibn Salah, knowing who Ibn Salah is. Now, read what he said about them.
Al-Iraqi and Ibn Salah have recorded scholarly consensus as defined in another
And we
ruling.
said the primary sources of Islam are Al-Quran, As-Sunnah, Al-Ijma, scholarly consensus, and Al-Qiyas. So when we're saying this consensus is not related by anyone, it's related by Al-Hafidh, Al-Iraqi, and Al-Hafidh, Ibn Salah. They related the Ijma in this case. In what case?
That it is not permissible to judge by other than the strongest legal position in a school.
Now here's the point. If they're telling you it's not permissible to judge by consensus by other than the strongest legal opinion in the school, how did you get from that, a consensus on judging on the strongest opinion, to the level of don't follow a school at all? Well, that's a far jump. So this is saying you can follow a school, but even in following the school, you must judge by the strongest opinion in the school, the weightiest opinion. To get from that consensus on that by these top level scholars to a point of saying you don't got to follow one at all. So what are you judging by then? If you ain't following at all, what are you judging by? If it's not permissible to judge by the dominant opinion, the most weightiest opinion, what about when you're not following a school at all? Think about that. Go ahead.
As Subki has explicitly stated at length in several places in his Fatawi, considering it to be judging by other than what Allah Ta'ala has revealed, since Allah Ta'ala Most High has made it obligatory for mujtahids, as defined in another ruling, to adopt the position for which the evidence is strongest, and has made it obligatory for non-mujtahids to follow the ijtihad of mujtahids in all works that are personally obligatory.
Go back. Since Allah Most High.
Since Allah Ta'ala Most High has made it obligatory for mujtahids, as defined in another ruling, to adopt the position for which the evidence is strongest. And
so the mujtahid, his job is to examine the evidences based on the primary sources of law and